Well, hey guys, what is up? Good morning. It is Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Hope you're having a great day so far, wherever you are. Monday morning, February 1st. Hope you survived January okay. And if you were part of the January 2021 31-day reboot, physical reboot, hope you got some value out of that. And, today kind of looking back at the month of January after you maybe dropped one thing from your diet, one thing that you think might have made a difference for you. And today you're kind of feeling that difference and feeling good and deciding, you know what, let's go for another month. Or I'm just going to keep this thing going. Let's find a second thing to drop. Anyway, guys, what I've got for you today is very short. I want to talk about what I believe is the number one key to being an effective poacher. I don't have a video for you today, so I'm just going to kind of ramble on about it. But first, before we get there, couple things is what have you decided that tennis wise would be a great goal for the month of February, depending on what you've got going, right? In terms of, one of four categories. Could it be technique? Could it be stroke technique? Maybe one of your strokes needs to be cleaned up. Hey, Mark, good morning. Thanks for hanging out this morning. Maybe one of your strokes needs to be cleaned up technique wise. And my recommendation is always, let's not add more technique to make it better. Let's find something to take away to make it as minimalist as possible, which never means that because you go minimalist with technique, that means that you lose power, that you lose spin. It actually does just the opposite. There are ways to go minimalist with technique in terms of prep, in terms of swing shape before you make contact, and also post contact, right? So if you can minimize, I think that's a word, you'll get more consistent as a shot maker. And one of the ways to really produce some more power and spin is just to relax the grip. Don't get so strong in that grip and slow the swing speed down. But it could be technique. I mean, it could be tactics and strategies that there's something you want to work on for the month of February. Could be singles and or doubles. Third thing is mental. We always need to be checking in mentally, right, about how we're handling the result of the point that just finished, right? And what do we do between points? And by the way, if you want my between points routine that I do, it's a 4-part system. Just hit me up. You can either direct message me at Facebook, or you can go ahead and shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. I've got a little PDF that I put together a while ago that I'm more than happy to give to you. So let me know if you want that. And then the fourth thing is physical. What do you do in fitness? I mean, maybe February is it's a short month, right? So not like January, we're 31 days. This year only 20, it's only 28 in February, right? So what could you do fitness-wise to kind of take your game up a little bit? And at the end of February, maybe be a little bit different player. So, guys, your thing too is down below in the description area. What I've got for you is, if you've not yet picked up my complimentary Topspin Second Serve video course, it's about 20 minutes. There's a link there that you can get it. Again, no charge for it. You do have to put in a first name and email address. You will get added to my email list. No big deal. I promise never to spam. Only send you the good stuff that I feel will help your tennis game. So that link is right down below in the description area. So look, I got an email a couple of days ago from someone who was talking about, the classic thing with poaching. Well, when do I know when to go, and what do I look for, and all this kind of stuff? And I said, and my response back was, well, the first thing that you've got to learn about poaching is you've got to learn how to effectively fake poach, right? Meaning that you're making that returner think, well, maybe he's poaching, right? Maybe you, as a poacher, your job is to get that returner to maybe consider, because you've got a move out in their visual landscape and the returner's visual landscape, that, as I like to say, you're kind of dirtying up the landscape, the visual landscape, that now they have to consider whether or not they may have chosen, hey, I'm going to go cross court in this return, but now they're starting to consider, maybe you're actually going to be moving across the middle there and looking for something you can pick off, right? And so the reason I encourage you to get good at fake poaching, especially against someone you've never played against before, is you need to go to school on that returner on several points. You need to see maybe what their tendencies are. Maybe just a little shake and bake with the shoulder out there, and maybe, a little half step in the middle, even though you're coming back and you're not actually going to move. Maybe that's enough to distract them into an unforced error. Maybe that's enough to get them to kind of unsettle them to where they're throwing up a lob. Or maybe they're doing what you want, because as the server's partner, what's your job? Your job is to try to, number one, help slow down the return, that if it does go back to your serving partner, that's slowing down because you've thrown in a fake poach, and that returner is just doesn't feel the confidence that they can just unload and go cross court, right? But the other thing is you're trying to get the ball, you're trying to attract the ball to you. So lots of times with fake poaching, that returner's buying it. They're thinking, man, that's a great sales job. That guy is going. He's moving across, you come back, and now they play the ball back to you where they thought you weren't going to be, and now you've got a wide open court in the middle between those two opponents. So what I encourage you to do is to go to school on that returner by fake poaching. I mean, I feel like if I don't poach, I feel like I'm fake poaching on every ball. I never just stand there and just kind of go quiet and don't do anything. I mean, lots of times with when you just stand there and do nothing, a return ends up going back into the middle. That if your feet had been activated with a fake poach, you would have been ready to go get it, right? I mean, it was sort of an unintended opportunity, but now all of a sudden that ball's pretty close to you. And if you're just kind of rooted in your ready position as that server's partner, chances are you're not going to be able to get out of that position quick enough to take advantage. So I like to fake poach on every ball that I don't cross on, right? And so I encourage you to do the same thing. And from there, especially against an unknown opponent, you'll start to go to school and see what their tendencies are, whether it's a backhand, whether it's a forehand. Maybe they're chipping that backhand every time. Who knows? But you're starting to get some intel on what's their timing. And look, that may help you understand somewhere middle of the first set or maybe the end of the first set that now you're getting a read on what their tendencies are. You can poach, right? And be the hero out there. Oh boy. So that's the short message for today is if you want to learn more about poaching and what the timing is, when to move, you got to fake poach a lot in the beginning to see what their tendencies are. And if you do that, not only will you pick up on that, but you'll also get your feet activated, and that ball in the middle that is just sitting there begging for you to move, you'll be ready to go. But the other thing you'll be doing is kind of dirtying up their visual landscape as they're about to make contact on the return. And lots of times you get, a forced, semi-forced, unforced error from that returner. So guys, would love to hear, what is your number one question about poaching in doubles? Love to know either down in the comments area, or if you want to make it private, you can direct message me at Facebook, or you can send me an email, brent@webtennis.com. All right, guys, that's it for me today. We got, at least the weatherman's calling for, another nice day here in the desert. Got my good friends Tony and Ellen Dawson here now in the desert for a month or so. And Tony from Australia, one of the senior legends out there. So always good for me to go out there on the court with him, as we did yesterday. Watch him do his thing, and for me to be able to pick his brain on, I just need that next little thing. Come on, man. So guys, with that said, get out there today. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, I will see you again tomorrow.